Whether you are using the current modifiers in Year 7 Season 1, or you're using the current global event being the Hollywood Global Event, it is clear that skill builds are top tier right now. So I've been on a skill build kick. We've done a turret drone build. We went ahead. Oh, let me go ahead and turn those off really quick, and then we'll explain those modifiers here in a second. But we did a turret drone build, then we did a unlimited seeker mine build, and, well, now Oxidizer. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video, and shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. And in today's build video, I'm going to bring to you an Oxidizer build that you can use right now in the Division 2 for pretty much anything PvE related. I mean, you could try this in PvP, but I'm not the biggest fan of that in PvP. But hey, to each their own. And with that being said, sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. And finally, hey, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. Now, Oxidizer build, I'll show you all of the gameplay here in a second. But what we do for all my build videos is I show you the build breakdown, and then we go to the gameplay. So if you're ever confused on any of my build videos, hey man, what's going on with the gameplay? Where's the build? Build is in the front, gameplay is in the back. You know, kind of like a like a Division 2 mullet. All the business up front, party in the back. Anyways, moving on. Starting off at the top with the specialization, we are using the Technician specialization for a few reasons. For one, you get plus 10% skill damage from one of the passive talents. For two, you get a plus 1 skill tier that helps out your build, and you're able to run one red or blue core attribute and still get tier 6 skills. But for reason number 3 is that with all the extra skill tiers you get more base damage on your capacitor. So sitting here, just, at the base, we're at 144k base damage on my capacitor. Now, this is before any of the buffs. This is before any of the memento stacks, anything like that. This sucker goes up to over 160k whenever we get all of our stacks up. And that's just the weapon. We're not even talking about all the skill damage and skill efficiency and everything we get with this build. We're just talking about the weapon. This thing will melt enemies, especially in heroic content. You could try this in legendary with a team. By all means, just make sure you get your stacks up first, because if not, you're going to be fighting for those kills, and this build really shines once you get your stacks up, I promise you. Now, go ahead and jumping to the weapon. This is the only weapon we're going to use. The secondary and sidearm, you can use whatever it is you want. I make my builds that way on purpose. That way you can mix and match whatever weapons you feel comfortable with and tailor make the build to your playstyle. But for the build breakdown, I do have the Slayer as my secondary and the backup boomstick as my sidearm. But for the video and everything, it is all about the capacitor. Now, the reason for this is, well, the Oxidizer goes off of your damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover, and this is the only weapon for ARs that give you both. You get damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover. Not only that, but with the talent capacitance, we also get more skill damage the more we use this weapon, so that helps out our build even more. And with all the skill tiers, we get more weapon damage, so this is the perfect weapon to use for this build. Now again, use whatever secondary and sidearm you want. It doesn't matter. As far as the skills, I am using the Oxidizer as my primary skill, but you can use whatever secondary skill you want. I've tried this with a decoy, I've tried this with a drone, I've tried this with a hive, and I do prefer the hive. However, you will run out of hive charges eventually, especially if you throw it on like a spawn door or they're like rushing you, what have you. So you do have to be careful with that hive. But I do like it. I like using all of those different skills to help out the Oxidizer, but this build's all about the Oxidizer. Once you get a few of these charges on the ground, all the enemies will just die immediately. It's really cool. In the gameplay, I'll show you a few spawn doors that I trap them in just with like 3 or 4 Oxidizer hits. And I'm just sitting there waiting for them to get out. And by the time they do, they're either all dead or they're one shot. It's really fun. Now, like I said, damage to armor and all of that does go to your Oxidizer. So we're actually using a pretty unconventional skill build. This is not a typical skill build that you would see out on the streets. This is all about multiplicative damage and the Oxidizer. So we do have damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover, more damage to armor, and damage to health, all on the same build, with a weapon that deals damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover. We are also getting more skill damage from the chess piece talent, the kinetic momentum. This does stack up, so you do have to wait for it to stack up to get the most out of it. And the same thing for the memento. We do have this sucker on, but it really shines once you get your stacks up. So again, it's all about getting them stacks. Not only getting the stacks for your weapon, but your backpack and your chest piece. But once you do, I promise you, everything melts like butter. Yeah, you guys remember like butter way back in the day? Oh, man, yeah. Good times, good times. Anyways, we've talked about the specialization, the weapons, and the skills. Now let's talk about the build. Now, we've already kind of gotten into it with the memento, so let me just go ahead and break this sucker down. So the memento exotic bag. 2 great things from this bag. The first thing, you get all core attributes. You get weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier. That's how we're able to get to that 144k base damage, that 1 million base armor, and all of, our skill damage at the same time before our stacks. Now, we do have skill haste for that mod, and then kill confirmed. So the cool thing about kill confirmed is it stacks. It stacks up to 30 times, and you can get short-term and long-term buffs at the same time as well. So what am I talking about here? Well, the talent is called Kill Confirmed. So the short-term buffs is based off of your core attributes. So every time I kill an enemy and pick up a trophy, I get 10% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 25% skill efficiency. That's per trophy. Now, once I'm at max stacks for the long-term buffs, I get 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regeneration. Now, with this build, that armor regeneration will help me get up to right around 31k regen per second, and I'll show you that in the gameplay as well. As showing you the weapon damage, it'll go from 144k to like 160 something when everything is said and done. But you will have that armor regeneration, and then the skill damage. I believe the highest ticks I was getting was like around 450 to 500k. I think it was somewhere in between there per tick for the Oxidizer. Now that's the memento, right? Going to the mask, this is the Hollow Man mask. Now I'm using this one for the health damage just because it's, it's fun. I have skill damage on here with a skill tier and a skill haste mod. And then because it is y'all gear, we get a little bit of hazard. I do have 2 pieces of Walker Harris, and that's because the 2-piece bonus gives us damage to armor. Now, for both of these Walker Harris items, we have skill damage, skill haste with a skill tier, and we also get weapon damage with that damage to armor from the brand set bonuses. The other piece of Walker and Harris is the chest piece. Again, skill damage, skill haste with a skill haste mod, but this one with weapon damage because we do have that technician specialization, giving us +1 skill tier. That way we can sacrifice 1 for a weapon damage core and get a little bit more damage for our capacitor. But this one comes with kinetic momentum. Now, I typically run glass cannon just because you get that damage all of the time, where kinetic momentum, you have to wait for it to stack up. So let me explain this talent. So when in combat, each of your skills will generate a stack while active or not on cooldown. These stacks will increase your skill damage by 1.5%, stacking up to 15 times, and you will lose all stacks when you're on cooldown. So again, that's 15 stacks at 1.5% per stack, and well, it's not bad. It is fun. I am using this because a lot of people request it on top of, the glass cannon that I typically run. People say, hey man, just run kinetic momentum. You don't get the incoming damage. And yes, that is true. Your survivability does go up a little bit. But I do struggle to see the damage numbers that I like because you have to wait for this to stack up. But that's just my own personal preference. Now that is it for the Wyvern. Now let's go over to the Contractor's gloves. Now these are best in slot for the damage to armor attribute. This one's skill damage with a skill tier. And then we have the Fox's Prayer, damage to targets at a cover, skill damage, and skill tier. And that, my dear agents, is the build. It's all about multiplicatives. So we get damage to armor, damage to health, damage to armor, and damage to targets at a cover to go with our skill efficiency. Once everything is stacked up, you will be melting everything. Now, not only that, but let's talk about the modifiers because the modifiers do help you out here. Now, for this build, I am using the security link. This refills your med kits or your armor kits, and it increases your total armor, and it's amazing. I am loving it for this build. It completely changes the survivability because it refills your med kits. You never have to worry about it. Just let your skills do the talking, and you're good to go. Now, on top of the passive modifiers, we have the hands-on while at Electronics 5. All of your skill haste will turn into, or half of your skill haste will turn into skill damage, so that helps even more. Also, all of our crit chance will go to crit damage, and at the same time for the tech upgrades, while at tier 3 for firearms and electronics, your skill duration will turn into crit damage. Pretty cool. Now, all of these put together, and this build is unstoppable. I'm loving it. Now, here is the stats without any without any memento stacks or capacitor stacks or anything like that. And I'll show you all the numbers in the gameplay once I get my stacks up. Now, here we are just sitting at the base. 144k for the weapon damage, 24 for the crit chance, 75 for the crit damage, 75 for the headshot. Then we have 25% armor damage, 14% health damage, and then all of that damage to targets at a cover. For the offensive tab, we're at 120 for the all weapons damage bonus and 30 for the assault rifle damage bonus. So every time we're using the capacitor, we're sitting at 150% damage bonus total. And that is before the kill confirm, the kinetic momentum, and all the other stuff. We are actually over 1 million armor. We are at max health of 363k, and we have that 10% explosive resistance due to my watch level. Now, here is my disclaimer for all my build videos. I am sitting at shade level 13,735. That means all these boxes are maxed out 50 of 50. Now, if you are at or above shade level 1000, you'll have the exact same setup. All you have to do is copy and paste my build, and you'll have the same numbers and results, excluding expertise. Now, if you are above shade or below shade level 1000, I'm sorry. If you're below shade level 1000, your character's not min-maxed. That means some of these boxes are not going to be maxed out. Some of your numbers are going to be lower, guaranteed. It's okay. Don't freak out. Just note that once you reach shade level 1000, you'll have a maxed out, min-max character, and then you can start worrying about your expertise. Now, as far as expertise goes, my build is not maxed out on expertise. My skills are not maxed out on expertise. In fact, the only thing are my weapons, and this is a skill build, so I mean, my weapons do help, but this build could get so much better. You could probably get it more likely to like 1.1 to 1.2 million armor. You could get these skills to hit a little bit harder, and same with the specialization. But remember, expertise, it's all about your materials, your exotic components. It is a lot, I will admit. But hey, I mean, if the build's working for me the way it is now, just wait until it's fully maxed out. Oh man, that thing's gonna get deadly. But let me know what you think. Put it all together and have some fun. And if you don't, if you're not convinced, here's some gameplay for you. So I hope you enjoyed. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. I do daily Division content, so make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division upload. But again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. And peace out. Oh yeah, and roll that footage. Oxidizer kinetic momentum gameplay. Now, I went ahead and took over a control point because we are doing the Summer 25 project event. Now, we are on day number 3 for this character, and we have to do 3 control points. So I went ahead and did one of the 3. That way you didn't have to watch me do all of them. But let me go ahead and just hit the box. What's in the box? And then we'll move on to the other ones. I'll go ahead and show you all my numbers and all that jazz. There we go. Hit the box, and let's get a move on. Now, as far as the numbers go, with everything stacked up, I'm at 161K for the capacitor. My oxidizer is at 256K. And my Stinger Hive is at 1.6 million. Almost 1.7 million. Alright, here we go. Now we have to take out all 3 of these control points. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks like we're going to have a elite convoy on the way to that control point as well. Yes, we will. Oh, man. Alright, here we go. Run! Now I do have to hurry, make sure I don't lose my stacks. I'll just take out these enemies really quick. That'll make life easy.
You got next. This one's mine.
And all of the gameplay will be on heroic, just so you know. There we go. And now I have my memento stacks up. And we are off to the races. Now remember, the memento stacks give you skill efficiency. And that really, really helps you out. And then the more hits we do with our weapon, the more skill damage we'll deal. But you can see we're just walking through heroic enemies.
Oh my god, we did it!
Get lucky this
Ooh, piece of candy. Alright. Now we are about to do the haunted house control point. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? Come on, hit that like. Support the channel by subscribing. I hope everyone is having a great weekend and knocking out all of these summer event projects. Go ahead and get in position. Oh, up top. Yeah, get that guy off my back. Stetus Lepidus. There we go. Yep, he's going down. Yeah. Easy peasy. And then I can trap them right here in their spawn. Look at that. There you go. I'm loving this. Perfect. Get my stacks up. Oh, that's the boss. Oh, snap. Hold on. Let me call in for backup. We're already on the boss. Oh, we already cleared the whole control point. Oh, crap. Oh, our allies aren't even here yet. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, this sucks. Because I'm not in position. I don't have my allies.
Detected. Hostile supply convoy.
Come on,
Heavily armed.
We're moving, we're moving. Rusher. There we go. Oh yeah. Go ahead and mess with those guys too. And there we go. Oh, that was a good grenade. Yeah, that was a crazy grenade. Holy moly. Alright, let's see. What do we have here?
I'll watch your back.
There we go. Oh, I just hit him with my snowball. I love it. I love it. Where are they at? Easy peasy.
I've got your back.
Supply convoy nearby.
Yep, we have the elite convoy. I know. We're going. Okay. Is that the boss? Yep, boss.
Detecting additional hostile contact.
Additional hostiles. Oh yeah, the elite convoy. No worries. Got it. There's that control point.
I can't shoot him from here.
We'll go ahead and hit the big box, and then we'll
Supply
head to the
room
next
access
one.
unlocked.
But you can see how easy this is. I mean,
Detected hostile supply convoy.
this is all on
Heavily
heroic.
armed.
These are all heroic control points, and we're trying to knock out. Oh, I just got an exotic out of that. Nice. But we're trying to knock out as many enemies together. That way you can see, even with chaos, this build will prevail.
Got away from me.
He's hiding. Over
Mhm.
that side.
Get away.
We're ready.
And go up top. Oh, it just fell off the top there. Here we go. Oh, there's still more enemies? Okay. We're moving. Are these all the same enemies?
Incoming hostiles detected.
No, they're not. We got him. Here we are. Why? Dude, there is so much going on here. No. Where's this last enemy? Way back here.
Hostage is critical.
Oh, they just spawned behind me, didn't they?
Hey, I'm reloading.
Because that guy is Black Tusk. Oh, jeez, here we go. I love it.
For those who spread and agree.
Ooh.
We've got
Hostage dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Gotcha. Yep. I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. Because what happens is their armor is pretty much gone completely by the time you even start shooting them because of the hive and the oxidizer. So it's just non-stop. Now what is this over here? So this is Black Tusk, but I need to take out the... What, the outcast? Oh no, I just completed it. Alright, there we go. Very good, very good. Alright, one more control point to finish this project. And then we'll switch builds and work on the next project. Alright, there we go. And let's see, would it be closer? Not really. Let's just run. Run it.
Civilians in danger.
Yeah, we're not going to do the hostage rescue. We're going to run to the next one.
I'm out and finish this.
There we go. And then by the time I get to the control point, I'll get my hive back. Because watch this. You see it's at 12. I run out of range. And look at that. I got it right back. Boom. 13. Perfect. And then again, to show you with full stacks, we're at 161k for the capacitor. We are at... Ooh, now it's only... oh, because kinetic momentum's not on. Ah, I see, I see. Oh, no, hold on. Should show... What was it at earlier? 256? And now it's only at 204. But maybe that's because I don't have a short-term buff going on. Run! Don't we also have armor regeneration? Let me check. We have a 30k armor regeneration per second. Not too shabby. Got it. Yeah. That'll give me some stacks here. And then now if you check it, and we're now at 236. Oh, because the kinetic... Ah, I see, I see, I see. The kinetic momentum was on the hive earlier. Ah. I think that's another reason why I use glass cannon.
Serious trauma detected.
Were they all dead? Pretty much. I love it. Oop, snap.
Broadcast picked up.
they get out there, they're already one shot. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. And then look, by the time I even shoot this guy, he's already at health, and he's dead. Oh, I love it.
Heavily armored
That's
hostile detected.
perfect. Oh. Swerve. I'm gonna get to the other side. Boom. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hostile
Oh!
broadcast detected.
I love how that elite like just jumped right on top of me. See, legit. Oh yeah. Hold on to that. And while you do that, and is that the boss? That is the boss. Oh snap! Oh oh oh! Oh man, I almost died. Oh, that would have been funny, huh? Almost got myself with my own oxy. All right.
Shit!
Hostile
ahead
broadcast
and-
picked up.
Pop the nearby.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh,
Medical assistance needed.
and use one shot. Bye bye. Booyah.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Where'd he at? Where'd he at? Oh, I found him. Way out there. Ah, I still got him. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yep. And look at that. They're already like nearly dead. Oh yeah, perfect. And then I can hit these guys.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Be right.
Hit that cover. Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. Something with my audio, huh? Can't. Yeah, we got him.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
I've got this. After me!
Hostile broadcast picked up.
No more places to
There's
hide.
no audio with my Kim launcher anymore. Seems to be bugged. But it's all good, we're done here. Oh yeah.
No ammo left.
Someone cover me while I reload.
Yeah. Seems like one of the enemies ran away. Like way over here. Holy moly. Look how far away this enemy went. Oh my gosh. Look how far away.
I'll go
And he's
now.
still running.
You don't get to sit this one out.
What?
Fire will be a beacon.
We're not even near the control point at this in this location. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We're way over here. Wow. The GG's. We did all of this with ease. And that is your Oxidizer build. I'm on a nice little skill build kick here. I'm digging the skill builds. I'm going to keep bringing them out. These are a lot of fun. Especially with these modifiers. But hey, check it out. And let me know what you think in the comment section
Rival
below.
access unlocked.
I love how the control point officer's way over here. We're like a block and a half away from the control point. Yeah, come on, bro. Thank you. All right. And that is it for me. I am Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Put the build together and let me know what you think in the comment section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone's from. But all right, peace out and all that jazz. See you in the next one.
Bam!